If you lack strength in your quads, literally everything in life becomes more difficult. But with these 3 simple exercises, I'm going to show you how to regain your quad strength to make life a breeze. Stay tuned as I show you how to build significant strength in your quads in just a few weeks. Now, your quads are these muscles here at the front of the thigh, and their main job is to straighten the knee and stop your knee from buckling when you walk. They also act like your brakes when you're walking down a hill or coming downstairs, which makes them vital for your mobility and your independence. The problem is, people commonly lose quad strength with age, which can cause a whole host of problems. Weak quads are associated with more knee pain for sufferers of arthritis. Weak quads are associated with dangerous falls when coming downstairs and a lack of ability to go up them. Weak quads are also a big precursor for a loss of independence in people as they get older. Thankfully, with just a few simple moves, it's possible to regain your quad strength very quickly. Here are 3 of my favorite exercises to help you do just that. Before I show you them, I just need to make you aware they're not going to be suitable for everyone, so do get checked out before you give them a try, and if they cause you any pain, just avoid them. So the first exercise is called inner range quads, and it's such a simple exercise, but it's so good because it helps to improve something called your mind-muscle connection, and that's literally how well you can connect with your mind to your quad muscle. Here's how it looks. You're going to start sitting up with your back rested against something like your sofa or your bed, and you just need a normal sized pillow like this. You're going to fold your pillow in half, and then you're going to tuck that pillow underneath the knee that's going to be worked. I'm going to show you with my left here. Now, the exercise is super simple. Push with your knee down into the pillow as if you're trying to crush it. Lift your heel up and pull your toes up towards you at the same time, squeezing this muscle here as hard as you can. Hold for 5 seconds and then relax back down. Let's try again. So push down, lift up, pull your toes and squeeze. We want to really feel this muscle tensing as hard as we can. Hold that contraction for 5 seconds and then pop it back down. Now, the beauty of this is even though you're not moving against anything other than the weight of your leg against gravity, it's connecting to so many different muscle fibers in here that you probably haven't connected to for a very long time unless you do things like this regularly. And you might think, well, how is this strengthening? It's not really going to build you any bigger muscles, that's true, but it will improve your connection to the muscle you already have, which is just as powerful for boosting your strength as is lifting big, heavy weights. So doing this regularly, little and often, really helps to improve that mind-muscle connection, and you'll find that your knee will stop giving way as much. You won't have as much pain from knee arthritis. You'll be able to do stairs easier. It really is as simple as that. So repeat this exercise between 10 and 30 times in a row, 3 times per day for best results. And you've just done a brilliant first step to improving your quad strength. Let's have a look at something to take this a step further. The second exercise we're going to do will help us build on what we've just done. And this is called the straight leg raise. And it's a progression of the inner range quads that we just finished. So for this exercise, what you're going to do is lie flat on your back. Your bed is absolutely fine for this. And then you're going to straighten out the leg that's going to be worked. Now, the first thing we're going to do, keep that knee bent just so your back is supported, and then straighten that leg as much as you can whilst also pulling your toes up towards you. Very similar to how we just did in the exercise before. So we're going to keep that leg nice and straight, and then you're going to lift the leg up in the air just until your 2 thighs are parallel, and then you're going to slowly drop the foot back down. Now, you're not going to rest the foot. You're going to keep it moving by going straight back up and then slowly back down again. Now, as you're doing this, you might want to just push your lower back down into the bed. That will just protect your lower back, especially if you've had back pain in the past. And also be a bit cautious of this exercise if you have sciatica at the moment as well. But as you're lifting your leg, what you'll notice is your quads have to contract to A, keep the knee straight, but also to lift the hip upwards like this. And that's one of your quads in particular called your rectus femoris. Very, very important muscle in your leg to keep your knees and the rest of your lower legs nice and healthy. Now, if that was very easy for you, we can make it a bit tougher. And for that, we'll need a thin resistance band tied in a loop, just like this one here. And this time what we're going to do is put the band around both of your ankles. Now, instead of having one knee bent, one knee straight, now we're going to straighten both legs like this. We're going to flatten the lower back down into the bed. And then our opposite leg is going to act like an anchor, staying exactly where it is so we can pull up into the band, and that will provide some resistance. So flatten your working leg out again, pull your toes up towards you, and then lift the leg into the band as high as you feel you can, and then slowly pop it back down. Don't rest the leg, keep it moving straight back up again, and then slowly back down, and then straight back up again, and slowly back down. And we should be getting a nice working ache in this quad, in this thigh muscle here. That means you're working really, really nicely. Doesn't matter how high you go. You just want to go until it becomes difficult to go any higher, and then slowly lower back down. Now, somewhere between 10 and 30 repetitions of that, again, works fantastically well. If you can do more than 30 with these, you need something a little bit stronger around your legs, and then you can move on to the next exercise. But as a side note, if you're enjoying this routine, I've got tons more just like it in my brand new lifelong mobility program. You can find all the details about that in the show notes below this video. So check it out if you're interested. And then the final exercise that you can use to help you improve your quad strength is the slow sit to stand. And this is arguably my favorite quad exercise because it's the most relevant to daily life. It's really simple to do. All you need is a chair. Dining room chair works really, really well. And you're going to shuffle to the edge of the chair just until you're perched on your sitting bones. Bring your feet back underneath your knees and bring your hands out the way, ideally across your chest. Now we're going to sit up tall so you've got a nice straight spine, and you're going to take your nose over your toes and stand up. At the top, just squeeze your glutes together and then slowly put the movement back into reverse. Stick your bottom out, bend your knees, keep your spine straight, and take a full 4 seconds to reach the chair. Then we're going to go up again, so nose over toes on up, squeeze at the top, and again, put that movement into reverse. Now, the reason we're doing this so slowly on the way down is because we're asking the quads to slowly lengthen, which is exactly what happens to them when you're coming downstairs or you're walking down a hill. They're contracting, but they're lengthening at the same time. And they need to be able to do that slowly under control. What we find with many people, if they lack strength, is they can't slowly go down, so they end up flopping back into a chair. Let us know in the comments if that's something you've ever experienced personally. But with a few repetitions of this, trying to do that little and often, really slowly on the way down, you can improve that lengthening strength, and you can make all of these daily tasks a breeze. Now, if you've done that exercise, I would recommend doing 5 to 15 in a row, several times per day. If you find that very easy, you can make it a bit tougher by adding in some resistance. Now, a dumbbell works really, really well for this. You can get these pretty cheaply online, or if you don't have access to something like this, you can use a bag filled up with books or something heavy, just holding it into your chest at home. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to hold your dumbbell in 2 hands, hold it tight to your chest like this, and then nothing changes. Keep your back nice and straight. You're going to push nose over toes and up, and then put the movement into reverse. Sit your bottom out, bend your knees, keep your back nice and straight, and then sit down like a feather. Come back up again, and then nice and slowly on the way down. The idea here is to land in that chair without the chair making a noise. It shouldn't creak, it shouldn't groan. You shouldn't hear yourself flop down onto it. It should be nice and slow and controlled. 5 to 15 in a row, several times a day, works wonders for improving quad strength. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, do drop a comment below and let us know, and we'll see you again on the next one.